Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And there's not much going on the 4-hour chart, so in this video I want to look at the long term again, just because, when people are bored, that's the best time to actually zoom out and look at the chart and see that, we are still doing pretty fine. We are still in the exact same 1-2-1-2 setup that we had in the previous cycle, and at the end of the day, we are still above the bull market support band over there and above the moving average on the weekly RSI. This is pretty much a second test of that moving average, and it looks like we're getting another bounce, which is good. So we'll see if this leads to anything or if we just go down for the next couple of weeks. I told you this a couple of days ago or even a couple of weeks ago at this point, but September is gonna be pretty bearish, and until we finish the correction on the Bitcoin chart, there's not much that's gonna happen. So let's just focus on the weekly chart for now, and let's talk about what happened in the previous cycle and what's happening right now. So here we formed a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup that completed a first wave move up. This move to the downside was a second wave, and right now we could be working on the much bigger third wave. Now in this cycle we will only focus on the first wave of that third wave, and that first wave needs to have 5 waves up, so this could be the first 1-2 setup. Right now we could be working on the third, and then the fourth and the fifth should complete the first wave. Then in the bear market, which is probably gonna happen after Bitcoin dominance gets to 41%, that's when we get the much bigger second wave move down over here, and in the next cycle we could start the much bigger third wave of the third wave, and that's gonna be extremely impulsive. So if we actually manage to form a 5-wave move to the upside in this cycle and then go down into the ABC and hold support levels, the next cycle could be way better than what we had over here and what we had in the 2020 cycle as well, just because it's gonna be a third with a third. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the 3-month chart, which I don't really talk about, if you look at this, Cardano reacted exactly to the 50% support level of this first wave to the upside. So this was the 2021 cycle, and yeah, we reacted to the support level many times, and right now we could be heading to the next target. And obviously do not take this target on the chart too seriously, but if everything goes well, in the next couple of decades, that could be our target, $75 for the much bigger third wave over here. But let's not get too greedy right now, and let's just focus on what's happening right now, because this is the 3-month chart after all. So yeah, the long term is looking good. I mean, like I said, we had a reaction to the support level over here, and now we're just waiting for something to actually happen, and Bitcoin dominance might get a bounce to the bull market support band, because that's exactly what we did in the previous cycle as well. And yeah, right now, I mean, we are even waiting for the RSI right here to test its moving average. We did drop below it over here for the first time in a couple of years. Well, for the first time in like 4 years actually, so it was a good sign, but it's probably gonna be retested right now exactly like it was over here. As you can see, we dropped below the moving average, we tested it, and we actually got above it, and that gave us another cycle high on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and then we actually went down. So I think this is where we are at in the cycle. We're just waiting for the test, and if we get rejected right there, that could be the beginning of the altcoin season. But if we actually get above it, then that could give us new cycle highs on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and then we go down exactly like we did over here. So we're still expecting this chart to be at 41% by January of 2026, and yeah, nothing really changes here. It's not oversold or anything, so it's probably gonna continue going down after we test that moving average. And Bitcoin is still doing pretty fine. Even on the monthly chart, it's still doing exactly what it was doing in the previous couple of cycles. But I do have to mention that right now in August we closed below the moving average right here on the RSI, and we kind of need to, stay above it this month, because if we do not, and if we close another month like we did for example over here, that could give us a much bigger correction. Here, after we closed below the moving average, as you can see, we just went down for a couple of months, and you could say the exact same thing happened here as well. But here, as you can see, the following month we actually went higher. So this is where we could be at right now, just because we are finally back above the moving average. So we'll see if we get a bounce in October, but I am still expecting Bitcoin to get another high over here. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. Again, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.